I have this fun egg, 2-piece egg that cracked in half. It's exciting. So what I have here, just a regular old stencil. This one's Easter themed. You can see that because it's clear. Ask the questions. And then I'm putting that in my stencil holder. Make sure I'm centered on the screen. Drop my cookie in here. And I'm putting this cookie... I'm situating it how I want it on the stencil. And then... So I'm adding dimension with this white on white. So it's raising... You have this raised pattern on here. And so I got my stiff royal.
So you're stenciling the already
piped cookie, yes. This is all, it's all dry and all of that. So you didn't have to watch me pipe a cookie because we all know how to do that at this point. So I've got my stiff royal, got my little stencil genie, thingamajiggy thingy. And I'm just spraying this around to fill in all those holes. And then I'm going to scrape it.
So by doing this, it adds the dimension to the cookie for those of you who don't do cookies.
Yes, it raises that, that pattern is going to be slightly higher than the rest of the cookie. It's still pretty thin, just by nature of how this works. And I lift it up.
So you could do this on fondant too if you wanted to, right?
Yeah, you could do this on lots of things.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to just take my little scribe and smooth down these edges. I'm just wiping off my scribe now. Smooth down these edges so that it's flat when I print, and so you don't have that raised part in your image on your cookie.
Yeah, it's important that your cookie be flat or within 5 millimeters of difference in height from the lowest spot to the highest spot.
Yeah, you want it as level as you can get it for the blue. So there you can see that texture on there, that pattern.
Nice.
So that's the bottom. This cookie is getting the same pattern on both halves. The next cookie is not. And I eased you in with an Easter pattern. The next one's my style.
Oh.
I'll let you ponder what that might be. Heather knows.
Carol wants to know if you have a new tattoo. It looks pretty new.
Not super new. Why do I not see the comments again? I hate when this happens. It's not super new, but that's Obi-Wan Cannoli.
Did you say Obi-Wan Cannoli?
Yeah. It's a cannoli.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I have a holy cannoli too. Oh yeah.
That's great.
I like puns.
Yeah.
I like puns. So I was like, I need a baking pun, and I got my holy cannoli. And then I saw the Obi-Wan cannoli, and clearly I'm a Star Wars fanatic because my printer is Jabba the Blue.
Jabba the Blue.
And, so I saw Obi-Wan cannoli, and I was like, well, that has to happen. I have to have matching cannolis. Clearly, this is necessary. I love it. I love my Obi-Wan cannoli. Just cleaning up those edges.
Julie, are you going to any shows? I just want to meet you. You cracked me up.
I know, right? She cracks me up so much. You didn't know mermaids laid eggs. You know, you never know. You never know. Okay? They might. All right. Bye, Easter. You're so cute.
Bye-bye.
We're done. We're done with the cute.
If you all have questions, please feel free to ask. That is what we're here.
I'm just cleaning up my stencil holder a little bit before I bring in the big guns. Yes. Yes, I just put in a skeleton stencil on
Oh, cute.
for an Easter egg. Of course I did. Of course I did. Oh, yeah. Make sure I place them where we have maximum skeleton coverage. Maximum skeleton coverage.
Yeah, you're going to have fun when it does come time for Halloween.
Oh,
and with
mm-hmm.
this technique, and you use a lot of the lusters.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new luster. I don't think it's on our site right now.
The black's not.
Let me see.
I like it. I'm gonna use it tonight.
Oh, cool.
So I hope you should put it up there. People might buy it.
I don't do that. I start the process, and then everybody else. Oh, look at that. Does the rest. Let's see. Let me type in dust. That's the easiest way.
Skeletons. We printed my templates that so if you were just had your blue, you would design this in the template software, and then you print it on your template paper, and then so that gives you your guideline of where to place your cookies. So I have situated my cookies how I would like them to be on here. I have my blue off right now. So when I turn this on, this is going to back this bed up for a second. But what I'm doing right now is I'm moving this out so I can raise my print bed to the correct height. You have a 5 millimeter distance from the print head for the highest quality print. So I want to make sure I get this as close as possible without hitting the cookie. And this is kind of loud when I raise it, so I'm going to apologize in advance. This is the new black luster from Icing Images. I love this skull print, Kelly. It's from Creative Fabric. All of these prints are from Creative Fabrica. I have a Creative Fabrica problem. You can ask Heather. We spent like 5 hours the other night on Creative Fabrica on the phone with each other. It's a problem. It's a problem. So then I'm just taking my luster dust, and I'm starting like this, and then I don't know. I can't think of what that motion is called right now. And then I'm gonna rub more as I get that luster dust coated on there, on that still wet ink. I don't want to start rubbing immediately and smear that ink around. But by doing this though, you're accentuating that dimension that you've put in there. And so then it has something more to reflect off of. Can you see that better? And do a little silver too.
All right, so Julie has a question. So the stencil of royal icing is dry enough to dust?
Yes. So I use that's super thick royal that I did that with.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of time where we talked and then with printed, it's dry. It doesn't take, when you do that really thick royal, it doesn't take very long to dry.
And we did a live recently with Dr. Susie, who showed how to, I guess, hit it with, she dusted it when it was wet.
Yeah, it's still pretty wet. You can see it's picking up, especially in those dark spots. It's picking up that black, that luster more. You see it now?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it extenuates those skeletons on there. I'll do that. And I'm using a little bit of the silver and a little of this black just for added. And you can see I did, when I was bouncing my brush, pick up a little of that black ink, but It doesn't. It's not a big deal. Especially when you're doing this luster on there, it's not gonna stand out. I find when I'm printing, my black has the highest saturation rate even when I reduce it. Just because of the way black is in general. It's just more concentrated, so it takes longer to dry. But I love that we have that black, though. I would not trade it for the world. You see how that